Good news, Apex Legends fans! Patch 3.2 is now live. Despite some confusion over at Respawn, Patch 3.2 is live for PC only, it seems, with the patch rolling out to Xbox and PS4 at a later date. I'm Jet Set Jamerson, and in today's video, I'll be breaking down the bigger points of the new Patch 3.2 for Apex Legends. So let's get right into it. The first things most players will notice is, of course, the new player level progression update. It was announced before the patch, but now the max player level has been increased from 100 to 500, and there are new level badges that coincide with them. Along with the badges, every player will be awarded a new gun charm every 100 levels for a total of 5 gun charms at max level. With the new progression update, players will also be able to earn more Apex packs for a total of 199. Players that were level 100 before the update will retroactively receive 14 packs. I got the Warp Zone Legendary Master Skin along with the new Bangalore Strike Missile Gun Charm, one of 36 new charms you'll be able to unlock through Apex packs or purchase when they rotate into the shop. One final note here, there is now a new unlockable badge, the Trackmaster, which tasks you with capturing the Winter Express a number of times. This coincides with the leaked Winter Game Mode that should come out soon. Let's move on to the quality of life changes since there are quite a few to cover. First, Respawn have added a long requested addition which now offers an on-off setting that determines whether or not you're pulled out of a death box menu when you take damage. This feature has been requested pretty much since the release of the game and first made its way onto the dev tracker in early October. This is a much welcome addition to help with those frustrating moments when you're trying to loot but opponents are constantly poking and interrupting you. Then you get all confused and you hit tab to exit the death box, but you're already brought out of it, so now you're in your own menu. Well, that's not going to happen anymore, hopefully. It's just better and something that we needed. Our next big quality of life change is that the golden armor spawn rate has been reduced. With the multiple ways on World's Edge to get golden equipment, getting golden armor did not seem rare at all, and getting into the late game without one put you and your squad at a huge disadvantage. This should decrease the number of golden armor showing up in games, but I question how fair this change actually is. Yes, it will decrease the number of golden armors, but that means more teams will go into largely unbalanced fights. To make it clear, I'm not against this change at all. In fact, I like it, but in my opinion, the golden armor in its current state is just too powerful. The final quality of life change I want to talk about is the addition of the ability to cancel finishers. Players now have a prompt which allows them to cancel finishers within the first second or second and a half of the animation. The cancel button is bound to your mouse 1 button. This is another feature that was largely requested by the community and should alleviate those instances when you're trying to loot or close a door and instead you start a finisher on an opponent and you're left vulnerable during the entire duration. Just like the quality of life changes, there are a lot of bug fixes which should improve the game. The first one, Respawn dropships should no longer arrive silently. Before the patch, some Respawn dropships would arrive with no sound cues at all, and the only way you could tell was by seeing a dropship on your screen or on your HUD and minimap. Respawning teammates should be a risky decision, and opponents in the area should have a better indication of when it happens. Respawn has also fixed the instant revive bug. If you aren't aware, before this patch, if you attempted to revive a teammate while either falling down or on an elevated surface, your teammate would instantly be brought up without any channel time. They would be left in this weird state where they could fire their weapons but would not be able to use healing items or interact with anything. Also, if they were subsequently downed, they would become a death box instantly. Even after taking them to a respawn beacon, this state will persist after they are respawned until the end of the match. The next bug fix I want to talk about is the fix for the EVA8 double tap with the purple bolt. I was fortunate enough to have saved footage for this to show you the comparison. First, I want to state that the purple bolt 100% affected the burst fire mode of the EVA8 double tap before the patch. Now, this bug fix was aimed at fixing the full auto mode. Before the patch, the full auto rate of fire remained unaffected by your bolt. This fix now makes the bolt and gun behave properly. It seems though that with this change, it has slightly increased the rate of fire of the burst mode too. In this comparison, you can see the EVA8 fires slightly faster with a double tap, an overall increase of about 5 to 6 frames when emptying the mag. To be more specific though, the EVA8 double shots are 1 to 2 frames slower, but the time between bursts are 2 to 3 frames shorter in a net overall decrease in 5 frames to empty the mag. Now, let's talk about the knockdown shield. The knockdown shields have been buffed and updated once more. Common or gray knockdown shields have had their health increased from 100 HP to 200 HP, and the rare or blue knockdown shields have been increased from 250 HP to 450 HP. Your movement speed while the shield is active has been reduced from 0.65 to 0.55. Respawn have changed the shape of the shield once again. Instead of almost wrapping around the front of your body like a cocoon, it is now a large oval that basically stands straight up. It seems larger than the original knockdown shield and provides more side coverage as it wraps around the sides a bit more. I really like the increase in HP for the gray and the blue knockdown shields, as it was an exponential increase in HP for purple and gold shields before this buff. The firing range has received an update with this patch as well. You now have the option to toggle friendly fire off and on. Many people have asked for this feature, allowing players to 1v1 and practice with other players instead of practicing their aim on stationary targets. Respawn have also said they fixed various issues of other legend abilities and animations showing up in your realm, but this doesn't seem to be completely fixed. During my time recording footage for this video, I was seeing grenades explode randomly along with Pathfinder ziplines being destructed. The last thing I'm going to break down in this patch is the buff to Wattson's interception pylon. Before, there were consistency issues where players could sneak grenades in by taking advantage of line of sight and blind spots. Now, the pylon destroys almost all incoming projectiles or projectiles thrown from within the zone that will land on a surface also within it. The interception pylon now more consistently eats up grenades that are thrown within its zone. Now, with this change, it has become much easier to throw nades out of the safe zone of the pylon. Before, you basically had to know where the sweet spots were to throw a nade out. I did some extensive testing with this. There are ways to roll in frag grenades and even at times have thermites eaten but still explode if you get just the right angle. It's gonna be very difficult to get a nade inside the safe zone of an interception pylon. One final note before I end this video, Respawn do mention the Peacekeeper in the patch notes, but no changes have been made to it yet. They say they are continuing to listen to feedback and are looking at more tweaks to push out soon. So for those who were hoping for a nerf, you'll have to wait a bit longer. That's gonna do it for this video. If I didn't mention a change that you think is big, let me know what it is and why in the comment section below. Also, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Once again, I'm Jamerson, and I'll see you guys next time in the arena.